Have you ever wondered why the most peaceful men are often the most misunderstood? They don't chase attention, they don't explain their silence, and they don't compete for approval. Yet somehow, their presence speaks louder than any noise around them. The truth is, peace isn't weakness, it's power mastered. Because the man who controls his mind controls his world. And that's the kind of man nothing and no one can shake. Peace is not something the world gives you, it's something you build in the middle of chaos. Most men spend their lives searching for calm outside themselves. They think it's found in success, validation, or the approval of others. But those things are temporary. The moment they fade, so does your peace. A Stoic understands that true calm begins the moment you stop trying to control what you can't. When you accept that people will come and go, that life will rise and fall, that pain will visit and pass, you stop fighting reality, and start flowing with it. Stillness isn't the absence of movement. It's the discipline to remain grounded while everything else shifts. It's the quiet confidence that doesn't need to prove anything. It's the awareness that every external storm is powerless against an inner foundation built on self-control and understanding. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's the heart of peace. It's not found in perfect circumstances, but in perfect acceptance. When you stop demanding that life be easy, you become unshakable. Because peace isn't found in comfort, it's found in mastery. The hardest truth most men resist is this: peace requires loss. You cannot hold on to everything and expect stillness. You can't cling to people who drain you, habits that weaken you, or thoughts that disturb you, and still hope to find calm. The world teaches you to collect more, to chase more, to become more, but the Stoic learns peace by subtraction. He removes what doesn't serve his soul. He lets silence replace noise. He walks away not in anger, but in clarity. Because every time he detaches from what disturbs his mind, he returns closer to his true self. Stillness begins when you stop reacting. When a person disrespects you, your peace depends on your response. When life throws chaos at you, your calm is tested by how you breathe through it. Most men crumble because they confuse reaction with strength. But reaction is a slave's reflex, response is a king's choice. A peaceful man isn't numb, he's aware. He feels everything, but he's not controlled by anything. That's the difference between the weak and the wise. Weak men are shaken by opinions, by rejection, by the temporary waves of life. The wise man stands still, because his anchor is within. He doesn't chase peace. He becomes peace. He knows that what he doesn't control can't define him. That's why he speaks less, moves slower, and thinks deeper. The noise of the world fades because his mind is louder, not in chaos, but in clarity. When you start walking the path of peace, the world will test you. It will call you detached, emotionless, or arrogant. People will misunderstand your silence because they can't hear beyond their own noise. But that's the price of awakening. When you stop living for their validation, their confusion becomes inevitable. A Stoic doesn't seek to be understood. He seeks to understand. He observes his emotions without becoming them. He listens more than he speaks, because he knows that words have power, but silence has presence. The kind of presence that unsettles those who live in distraction. The peaceful man isn't passive. He just refuses to let the outside world dictate his inner state. He can stand in a storm and remain still, not because he doesn't feel the rain, but because he's learned how to remain dry beneath it. That's strength most people can't comprehend. In a world addicted to reaction, stillness is rebellion. When others panic, he breathes. When others argue, he pauses. When others seek revenge, he releases. It's not weakness, it's wisdom born from discipline. Because every time he chooses peace over chaos, he proves mastery over himself. And this mastery radiates. People feel it before they understand it. They don't know why they're drawn to him, but they sense something rare: stability. The kind of energy that doesn't need to chase, to convince, or to impress. That's what separates a man who seeks peace from the man who is peace. Letting go is one of the hardest lessons a man can learn. Because to let go means to release control, and most men are raised to believe that control equals power. But real power isn't about gripping tighter. It's about knowing when to open your hand and allow what's not meant for you to drift away. The Stoic understands this. Peace begins the moment you stop trying to force outcomes. You don't beg for loyalty. You don't chase validation. You don't fight to make someone stay. You simply give your best, and if it isn't enough for them, you bow out with grace, not resentment. That's what separates the peaceful man from the restless one. The restless man lives in resistance. He tries to bend the world to his will. The peaceful man aligns with reality. He accepts that some doors are meant to close, some people are meant to leave, and some battles are won only through surrender. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop suffering over things beyond your control. It means you've matured past the illusion that everything you lose is a punishment. Often, it's protection. When you finally let go, something powerful happens. Space appears. Space for new peace, new strength, new clarity. And that's when you realize, losing what disturbs your soul is never truly a loss. It's liberation. Peace isn't found in a perfect life. It's found in a disciplined mind. The storms will come. People will test you. The world will keep pulling at your emotions. But every time you choose not to react, every time you breathe through the chaos instead of fighting it, you become a little freer. That's the quiet victory of the Stoic man, not conquering others, but mastering himself. He doesn't need the world to calm down for him to be at peace. He carries his calm wherever he goes. Because in the end, peace isn't the reward. It's the weapon. It's what protects you from a world that thrives on distraction and fear. And once you've felt the strength that comes from stillness, you'll never trade it for noise again. So remain grounded. Observe. Let go. And remember, the man who owns his mind owns his life.